I watch some of these declutter videos and the people have like 40 palettes they're decluttering and I'm like, Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Ferocious and I am a shameless art school sellout turned successful IT professional, and the goal of this channel is to celebrate the ferociousness in us all. And I do that different ways: makeup, do hauls, I do story times, get ready with me, I like to give advice, whatever else pops into my head. Today's video is going to be a palette declutter plus I just came back from Sephora. Keep watching. Oh, sorry if I'm sweaty. Oh my goodness, I'm glistening. I have my fan on and I have my AC. I'm so sorry. So you have a lot of white noise going on, but what I have on my face right now is I have Estee Lauder Doublewear foundation, and then I have Black Moon Cosmetics on my lips. I'll probably link everything down below. I think it's called Glam. And then the palette I used was a Natasha Denona palette. Actually, I believe I filmed the Get Ready With Me with that palette on this look. So stay tuned for that. I believe I did that. So let's get into this declutter. And the reason why I'm doing a declutter is because I ended up purchasing more makeup today, but it was things that I'm actually going to use versus things that I just kind of get in BoxyCharm and I say I'm going to use but end up not using. So I don't feel bad about this, and I'm trying to talk myself. I'm trying to make myself feel better. I'm like, I don't have a makeup problem. Hold on. I'm sorry. Okay. I don't buy makeup that often, but that's a lie though, because I think I've had a couple of hauls since I've started my channel. Okay, so starting off, the first thing that I'm decluttering is this right here. This is a Makeup Geek palette, custom palette. And I don't know when I created this palette. I feel like it was like fall of 2019. And I know it was after the formulas had changed, because I remember everyone was doing videos on the formula change. So this is what I got. And so I made my own palette, and I bought this palette, empty palette, and then I bought a whole bunch of different eyeshadows that I just thought looked cool. I wasn't really trying to design a color story or anything like that. I just kind of picked things that I thought was cool. So at the time I was really obsessed with yellows and greens and just kind of like earth tone types of stuff. And I'll just swatch some of these. And I don't know the names of the colors anymore. That's one. I'm gonna do this one right here. And then this one right here. So the reason why I'm decluttering this is because I just don't use it. I'm starting to get these other colors and other palettes that I'm now accumulating. So it doesn't make sense for me to keep them just for one or two colors. I don't know. I just feel like it's just not something that I'm gravitating towards. The palette is very lightweight. It has a mirror in it. They're very easy to pop out. The quality of the shadows is nice. They're very pigmented. The yellows don't crease. I mean, it's a great product. Next is my Urban Decay Wired palette. I don't like this palette. I did a video on this where I just basically desecrated it, and I was like, this thing, I don't know what they were thinking. I would think that with these colors being electric, that's why it's called wired, because they're electric colors, and they weren't performing that way. I like the color story. However, like, they just were not as bright and bold and pigmented as you would think by looking at the palette. Also, I forgot, I have another Makeup Geek palette. This one's not full. So this one, these are the colors, and they look kind of similar. I don't know the names of them. However, they're different. One is more yellow based. It's a yellow based gold, and the other one is more orange based, kind of golden color. So that's the difference. Again, I already have these colors in other palettes if I really wanted to use them. Next, I have this right here. This is e.l.f. e.l.f. has, the palette's called Opposite Attracts eyeshadow palette. I love these colors. There's warm and cool. So there's a warm side and a cool side. And they're mostly mattes, but there's a couple of shimmers, like metallic, like shimmery colors. I loved what I saw when I bought this. However, in my opinion, the performance just isn't there. I did try to wear it once and I didn't like how, see, that's a really, let me show you what color that was. That was this color right here. It's just some of them perform better than others. The issue I had when I was wearing them on my eye is that they would do this, they would blend away. They would do this on my eye with eye primer. They would blend away like this. So that's the problem I had, is that when I would try to blend them together, they would just disappear. I'm not against drugstore brands. I mean, if it works, it works. I mean, I'm not a snob or anything like that. However, I just didn't like how these were blending into my skin, and it just took a lot of work to get them to like show up. So my next one, and this kind of pains me, because this product I'm about to show you is not a bad product. It's just that I'm just over it. This is Anastasia Beverly Hills, the Pro Palette Volume 3, otherwise known as the Orange Palette or the Warm Palette. There is nothing wrong with this palette. These eyeshadows are amazing in this palette. Actually, I kind of gravitate towards cooler looks. With that said, I bought this palette actually I got this palette for free. So I really didn't buy it. I got this palette for free. I chose it, let's put it that way. I chose this palette. And because it was free. And I was given a gift card to Sephora and there was nothing I wanted. And so I kept looking around and there was nothing I needed. Like I didn't need mascara. I didn't need foundation. There was nothing I needed. And so I was just like, I probably should have just bought skincare, honestly, but I wasn't thinking. So I was like, okay, let me just, and I had a year to use the gift certificate, and like I think it had been months and I was just holding on to it. So I was just like, you know what, let me just walk into Sephora and just purchase an eyeshadow palette. At the time I didn't have a lot of eyeshadow palettes. So I was like, okay. So I was looking, and then this one caught my eye. I knew in the back of my mind that I might not use this palette because I normally do not gravitate towards warm anything. This is like straight up tropical carnival warmth. And so yeah, and it pains me because the quality, I'm going to swatch some of them for y'all. The quality's there. That is the red. That's a red. It's called C2. Are really hard. Neon yellows are really hard. That's the neon yellow. I would call it a persimmon. Persimmon. How do you say it? That fruit. Let me show you B3, which is this neon pink. Bye-bye. I know someone requested me to make an all yellow look with this, but it came out a hot mess express, which made me realize that I didn't like this palette as much as I thought I did. Like I bought this mainly because of the yellows. This color right here and this color right here. I was on this like phase where I was really into yellows. I realized that if I tried to do like an all yellow look or a yellow based look with this palette, it's very streaky, patchy, it creases, it's just a powdery mess, and it's just really hard to blend. Now with the darker colors, like these colors right here, like this color, these are fine. This color even, fine. I just didn't really like this formula for this. Now this last one, this is a pure festival palette. So for this palette, I don't know, y'all. Let me show you what it looks like. I got this in a BoxyCharm right around the time that Raw Beauty Christie released her palette, and remember we couldn't get it. Well, most of us couldn't get it. I'm mad because I was right there at 11:59 refreshing, and I did not get the palette. But anyway, so my BoxyCharm came like a couple days later, and then this pure palette showed up, and I was like, okay, maybe this is a consolation prize. Again, I think these colors are pretty, especially this bottom row right here. I'm living for this bottom row. And I'm on the fence because the color story is really pretty. It's a color story that I dig. I like the shimmers. So I'll show you in a second. Let me finish. These eyeshadows are so pigmented. The Anastasia ones that like I'm struggling to, I have to use a second makeup wipe. That's how pigmented they are, and they're still staining my hands. Like, this is crazy. It's like they're not coming off. Like, all right. So this is it again. And I'm just gonna swatch some colors. I'm gonna swatch this one too. This color right here. There's a lot of fallout, as you can see. I'm going to start off with the color called Electric. This is really pretty. This is Fantasy World. So the quality's there. They're very pigmented, very creamy. And then let me show you Vibes. Let's turn it up. This is called, what is this called? VIP Pass, and it does not look anything like it does in the pan. So those are some of the colors. I'm on the fence with this, with the festival palette. Maybe I'll hold on to this and give myself a couple more days to think about it, but that is my declutter so far. I'll probably be back in another video to show you my little mini haul I did at Sephora today. Stay tuned for that. We'll see. I mean, I might not film it. I might film it. I don't know what I'm filming at this point. I just kind of go with the flow, whatever I'm feeling. Okay, everyone, that concludes my declutter. So yes, it was like, I guess, a mini declutter. I watched some of these declutter videos and the people have like 40 palettes that are decluttering, and I'm like, you know, like that's a lot of makeup. So in this, actually, I feel like this was a lot. I mean, I feel like, I don't know how many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, possibly 7 palettes. So I feel like this was, for me, this was a major declutter. I feel better. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye, everyone.